With the T20 World Cup now a little over a month away, more and more teams are starting to announce their provisional World Cup squads. And I say provisional because right now is still very much at that phase where if you need to make unlimited number of changes also you can, because the lock-in doesn't kick in until it is closer to the tournament. With that in mind, Afghanistan have now named their provisional squad for the T20 World Cup, and it also happens to be the same squad that will be taking part in their final T20I series prior to the T20 World Cup. So what exactly does their squad shape up like? Let's take a quick look at that squad, then we'll do a little analysis of how it looks. So this is what the T20 World Cup squad looks like, as you can see on your screen. It's being led by Rashid Khan, and Ibrahim Zadran is the vice captain. But aside from that, there's a mix of newer players as well, because you've got, of course, some Mohammad Ishaq, Rahmanullah Gurbaz has been around for a while, as has Sadiqullah Atil, as has Darvish Rasuli. You've got Shahidullah Kamal, then known entities and Azmatullah Omarzai and Gulbadin Naib, as well as Mohammad Nabi, Noor Ahmed and Mujibur Rahman, as well as Naveen-ul-Haq and Fazal-Haq Farooqi, and the squad is rounded out by Abdullah Ahmed Zai. So that is the 15-man squad. And one instant look at the squad, the first thought that comes to my mind is this looks like a very decent squad that in the right conditions can be very, very competitive. But that rider is important in the right conditions. Their batting doesn't quite look as power-packed as a modern-day T20 batting lineup should. That's not to say they don't have players who can't do the job. Rashid, we know, can tonk it a bit lower down the order. Sadiqullah Atal is a very good player in that regard, as is a Gulbadin Naib and Mohammad Nabi. They're all credible batters. Of course, in Omarzai, Naib and Nabi, you also have all-round options as well as Rashid. So these are good batters. However, the pure batters, they may give you a little bit of trouble. And I think their biggest cause for concern when it comes to their squad, their pace bowling. It does look very, very thin, because if you're looking at their major pace bowling options, the two senior most options are Fazal-Haq Farooqi and Naveen-ul-Haq, neither of whom inspire that much confidence. Yes, Fazal-Haq is a good option in the power plays, but tends to get expensive and leak runs in the death. And Naveen-ul-Haq, whilst a good operator, can oftentimes be a little bit on the one-dimensional side, with his cutters being a very key part of his game. Other than that, they'll be heavily reliant on the likes of a Gulbadin Naib and Azmatullah Omarzai, again, both of whom can be a little on the hit or miss side when it comes to their bowling. Spin-wise, they should be sorted. Of course, you've got Rashid, you've got Nabi, you've got a Mujibur Rahman, you've got a Noor Ahmed. There's plenty of spin options there. But Rashid's form will also be a major cause for concern. He has been getting hammered left, right and centre a lot of the time during 2025. So they really need their talisman and skipper to come back into form. Mujib, proven operator. Nabi is a very, very good operator, an underrated spin bowling operator if you ask me. So as far as the spin bowling is concerned, they seem good. One key miss, by the way, is that there's no Allah Ghazanfar. Ghazanfar has been someone who's been seen as a rising prospect and has even been picked up by Mumbai Indians in the IPL. He was part of their squad last year and has been retained this year as well. He is part of the travelling reserves and in fact was part of the last squad they had, but was replaced by Mujib, with Afghanistan perhaps preferring experience over Allah Ghazanfar's raw potential. Obviously, Ghazanfar is one who you'd keep an eye out in the future, but this T20 World Cup perhaps coming a little too early for him. So those are my thoughts on what this Afghanistan squad looks like. You can let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree, or what your take is. And don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media too. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And don't forget to stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.